Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free French ebook before it's gone.
Do you know how to talk about transportation in French? You'll learn how in just a moment. Hi, my name is Fanny and this is 3-Step French by FrenchPod101.com. In this lesson, you'll learn to talk about transportation in French through a quick conversation. Let's look at the dialogue. As you listen, pay attention to how they ask about the topic and how the other person responds. Bon travail! Il est 17 heures. Nous avons encore du temps. À quelle heure est-ce que tu vas voir tes amis? À 19 heures. Je vais à la Comtesse, à pied. Est-ce que tu veux venir avec moi? Je suis fatiguée. Je vais y aller en taxi. Let's hear it with the English translation. Bon travail, il est 17 heures. Nous avons encore du temps. Good job, it's 5 p.m. We still have time. À quelle heure est-ce que tu vas voir tes amis? What time are you going to see your friends? The next sentence is the one we'll focus on. Let's take a closer look and break it down into its parts. À 19 heures, je vais à la Comtesse à pied. Est-ce que tu veux venir avec moi? At 7 p.m., I'm going to La Comtesse on foot. Do you want to come with me? First is the phrase à 19 heures, meaning at 7 p.m. À 19 heures. À 19 heures. Next is the sentence Je vais à la Comtesse à pied. Je vais à la Comtesse à pied. Meaning, I'm going to La Comtesse on foot. Je vais à la Comtesse à pied. This starts with the subject pronoun je, meaning I. Je. Je. Next is the verb vais. Vais meaning I'm going. Vais. Vais. Together, je vais means I am going. Je vais. Je vais. Next is the preposition à, indicating direction or destination. To. À. À. After this is the proper noun, la Comtesse. The name of a place. La Comtesse. La Comtesse. Together, à la Comtesse means to la Comtesse. À la Comtesse. À la Comtesse. Next is the phrase à pied, meaning on foot. À pied. À pied. Next is the question Est-ce que tu veux venir avec moi? Meaning, do you want to come with me? Est-ce que tu veux venir avec moi? This starts with the phrase Est-ce que? Used to form yes or no questions in French. Est-ce que? Est-ce que? Next is the subject pronoun tu, meaning you. Informal. Tu. Tu. After, this is the verb veut, meaning want. Veut. Veut. Next is the infinitive verb venir, meaning to come. Venir. Venir. Next is a prepositional phrase avec moi, meaning with me. Avec moi. Avec moi. All together, it's à 19h. Je vais à la Comtesse à pied. Est-ce que tu veux venir avec moi? At 7 p.m., I'm going to La Comtesse on foot. Do you want to come with me? Je suis fatiguée. Je vais y aller en taxi. I'm tired. I'm going to go there by taxi. Let's look at the sentence pattern. This pattern is the structure that all of our examples will follow. Subject plus verb plus a plus place plus means. Subject plus verb plus to or at or in plus place plus means. These patterns helps us talk about where someone is going and how they're getting there. Let's look at the subject and verb first. The subject tells us who is doing the action, and the verb is usually something like aller, meaning to go. The verb is often followed by a, which links it to a place. After that comes the place itself, which tells us where the person is going. It could be a city, a building, a store, or any specific location. In French, à can mean to, at, or in, depending on the verb it follows. Its meaning doesn't exactly change. It simply adapts to the context of the verb. In French, the way you express how you travel depends on whether you're inside the vehicle or on top of it. For transport, you ride in, for example, a car or a bus, use en. For transport you ride in, for example, a car or a bus, use en. For transport you're on, like walking or biking, use à. So you say en voiture, by car, and en bus, by bus. But à pied, on foot, and à vélo, by bike. Let's see how a line from the dialogue follows this pattern. Je vais à la Comtesse à pied. I'm going to La Comtesse on foot. In this sentence, je is the subject, meaning I. Vais is the verb, conjugated from aller, which means to go. It's used here as je vais, meaning I'm going. À is the preposition connecting the verb to the place or destination, meaning to. La Comtesse is the place being referred to. It's the name of a location, likely a cafe or restaurant or meeting spot, and together, je vais à la Comtesse follows the pattern verb plus à plus place, and it means I'm going to La Comtesse. Then we see à pied, which means on foot. This tells us the means, how the person is going. In this case, on foot. So the sentence je vais à la Comtesse à pied fits the patterns subject plus verb plus a plus place plus means. I'm going to La Comtesse on foot. Now you can use this structure to talk about where you're going and how you're getting there in French. In French, à meaning to or at or in sometimes changes depending on the word that comes after it. When à is followed by le, the masculine word for the, they combine to make au. So with le travail, the work, we say au travail, to work. If a is followed by la, the feminine word for the, for example, la bibliothèque, the library, there is no change. It stays à la. To the library is à la bibliothèque. If the word starts with a vowel or silent H, for example, l'école, the school, we use a for both masculine and feminine nouns. To school is à l'école. And when a is followed by les, the plural word for the, for example, les magasins, the shops, it becomes au, to the shops, is au magasin in French. These contractions are required and make the sentence sound natural. Now let's look at some speaking examples. Je vais à la bibliothèque en bus. I go to the library by bus. Can you see how the patterns applies here? Let's break it down. Here, je is the subject, meaning I. Vais is conjugated from the verb aller, meaning to go. It's the first person singular form used here as je vais, meaning I'm going. Next is à la bibliothèque, which is the preposition plus the place. The preposition à means to. And la bibliothèque means the library. Together, this part tells us where the action is headed, the destination. Then we have en bus, which tells us how the person is going, the means of transport, by bus. En is used because a bus is something you travel in. So that's how je vais à la bibliothèque en bus fits the pattern subject plus verb plus à plus place plus means. Here's another example. Je vais à l'école à pied. I go to school on foot. Je vais à l'école à pied. I go to school on foot. Here you can see a accompanied by l, because école starts with a vowel. Let's try one more. Je vais au travail en métro. I go to work by metro. Je vais au travail en métro. I go to work by metro. Here you can see the contraction au, which comes from a plus le. This happens because travail is a masculine singular noun that starts with a consonant. In French, a contracts with le to form o. Another one. Je vais au supermarché en voiture. I go to the supermarket by car. Je vais au supermarché en voiture. I go to the supermarket by car. Here, supermarché is a masculine singular noun that starts with a consonant, so we use O. One last example. Je vais au magasin en taxi. I go to the shops by taxi. Je vais au magasin en taxi. I go to the shops by taxi. Here you can see A, accompanied by les, which becomes O, because magasin is a plural noun. In French, when A is followed by a plural noun, it contracts with les, the plural form of de, to form O. This contraction is required and makes the sentence sound natural. Now you know how to talk about transportation in French. And you can move on to the practice. Au revoir!